Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another session of Getting Real Estate with Stacey. Today, I have with me the King team, the Sarahan agency, and
Yay.
that's Rachel King. She was here with us once before.
Yes, I'm
We have
back.
Gabby, and we have Julia. Welcome,
Hi.
ladies.
Hi, how are you?
Thank
Thanks
so
for
much
having
being with
us.
Thank you for
today.
having us.
So today, we're going to talk about being real estate agents and mommies.
Ooh.
love
So,
it.
well, first I want to start with how did you get into the industry? How long have you been in it?
So I got into real estate 3 years ago, exactly. I was a corporate meeting and event planner for 17 years prior. So I worked as a consultant for many years, and I worked in-house, and then COVID hit, and I lost that entire business. And here I am pivoting into a new career and a new chapter, and love every minute of it.
So you got into this industry right as the market got crazy.
exactly.
So good for you. So you were like thrown in. You didn't even
Pretty
have time to
much.
like.
No
all right,
time
let
to
me learn the
think.
business. It was like bam, you were
Nope.
thrown in, and that was it.
Exactly,
Wow.
yeah.
And now you've seen it go slow down a little bit. And how have
Absolutely.
you experienced? Like, what do you think about that?
Obviously, what I've learned is that there will always be volatility in the market, but I think just having the experience and learning to work with different clientele and just continuing to push forward.
Excellent.
There's always somebody that's buying and selling, and always a circumstance. So
Absolutely. And Gabby, how long have you been doing this?
Yes, I am going on 4 years. So prior to that, I was doing architecture and interior design, and I was doing that for about 12 years, doing high-end residential, and also then moved into boutique hotels. Loved it, but it took a lot out of me in terms of my time frame, and I wanted to be a very dedicated and, just a mom that was around. So that was important to me to have my own business, and that's what really pushed me into
Excellent.
real estate.
So you also started before the pandemic, and you see the difference in the shift.
Yes, so I'm used to crazy. So now that everything is a little bit more normal.
It's boring.
I know, I'm like, oh, this is fine.
That's really funny. And so obviously remember with you
Yes,
telling us
I'm
how you got
back.
into it
Yeah.
and now you have your own team and it's so
Yeah.
exciting.
I got into it 10 years ago. Before that, I was in finance at an investment bank. And now this is my first year having a team of my own because I was on Ryan Serhant's team since the beginning of my career. And now we're a brokerage.
Good for you.
So
Good. You are such an inspiration.
Oh,
I mean
thank
all of
you.
you of course.
Thank you.
But you're definitely
Thank
an
you.
inspiration.
Thank you so
And you
much.
started in California and then you came to New York.
No, I was New York first,
first New
and
York,
then
okay.
met my husband who took me to California for 4 years. So I was bi-coastal for 4 years, and then pandemic hit. I had 2 kids, and then I returned back to New York, but a different part of New York because I was in Manhattan, and I did mostly New York City. So now this is my first year doing Long Island.
Well, welcome to Long
Thanks.
Island.
Yes.
And you're both agents in Long Island as
yes,
well.
we are. Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
So as far as we're all moms.
Yes.
And you were saying earlier that you feel like you don't have as much time now as you did before. That's
Right.
because you had a 9 to 5, but you still have a little bit more, as far as, if the boys have games. Well, how old are your kids? You have 2 boys,
So I
right?
have 2 boys. They are 10 and 8 years old, soon to be 11 and 8 years old. So there's a lot of running around. That's just part of being a mom, but also in real estate and being successful in real estate, you always have to be on. But what I am learning within these last few years is just to have a balance and learning what, is a priority, what could wait.
Exactly.
Things always have a way of working themselves out.
That's great.
And that's kind of what I've learned throughout the journey in the last few years that, you have to remain obviously busy and consistent in order to keep your clients happy on both sides, the sale and the purchase
Right, of
side. But it's great.
So have you taken your kids with you to any of the open houses or to?
I've tried that once before.
How'd that go?
So yeah, my
Once and never again.
my now 8-year-old, I'll never take him again. So
Oh, boy.
we'll keep
Sometimes
it
you
there.
have no choice.
We'll keep it there.
Sometimes you have no choice.
Right.
You just gotta-
Running around the house, trying to keep them in
Yeah.
order. It's
Yeah.
a very
becomes a lot.
interesting situation.
And Gabby, you have a 5-year-old?
Yes, 5-year-old daughter. She's
Totally
feisty.
different. Totally
I
different.
know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She's exciting. But I do take her to open houses, and she's like, walking with my clients, I'm like, back up, give them space, let them look. And she'll be like, yeah, this is the bathroom.
Wow,
She loves
she's a real estate in training, real estate agent
Yeah.
in training. That is
She
so
loves
cute.
it. She's
You
always
should
talking
videotape
about
that and put that
I
on your.
have.
I know, we gotta
have
get
some
all
of
of our
that.
kids.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, she's
That's our
like,
next
oh, my
idea.
mom's
You
with
should do like
Sarah.
a
That's
like
what
a
we're thinking
family
about.
picnic
Yeah.
kind of thing in
We're,
the spring with all
we're
the
already,
kids.
it's gonna happen.
Oh, that's
that's,
great.
that's our next thing. We're
Yeah.
definitely
That's
gonna
awesome.
do it.
And have you
For
brought
sure.
your kids with you?
Yes, a lot. Sometimes you just have no choice. I mean, childcare, you never know. Like as a mom, I'm a mom of a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So I'm completely dependent on childcare to do anything. Like I can't really start my day until my nanny comes to relieve me. And my husband, he works all the time. So it's challenging. So if I don't have childcare for whatever reason, it's either bring the kids, make the deal happen regardless, or I have to like pick one or the other. And so sometimes I've had no choice but to bring them, or they're sitting in with me. I have them in the car with me, bringing them different places. I remember when my older son Ethan, when he was like really little baby, I would put him in a little like car seat, and he would come into open houses with me, and I would just like put him in a spot, like go tour the house, come back, like get him.
Oh,
He'd be
that's
sleeping
great.
there. Yeah,
That's
it
so
was
funny.
yeah, totally nuts. So, but you got to do what you got to do.
Well, and I'm sure your
Yeah.
clients understand because most of the time they're coming to look at houses with their kids.
Right.
Sometimes,
So,
yeah.
you know, at least the ones that have kids, they
Yeah.
want to see how the kids fit in the house and how they feel. So, and anybody that's parents, you know, they totally get it. I mean,
Right.
You gotta, yeah,
day.
yeah,
That's life.
yeah.
Exactly. So, what would be advice that you would give to somebody starting out in this industry?
So when you are starting out, it's obviously very difficult. People have to earn your trust, but stay consistent. Don't give up. Be proactive. Stay one step ahead of the game. Be knowledgeable.
How did you get to this agency? Did you start from this agency?
So no, I started 3 years ago with Daniel Gale Sotheby's. I was in the North Shore Wheatley Plaza office. I was on a team there, and we had, a great run. And then last year in March, I switched over.
Excellent. So you it's like starting all over, but a different.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
That's
lot
great.
of
So
great
again, I'm sorry, I didn't
energy.
mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, so just, stay consistent, stay active in the market, know your market, know your area, work with your sphere of influence, make sure that you are constantly in touch with people, make sure that people know that you're in real estate, and just keep pushing forward.
Following up and all those
Yes,
things.
absolutely.
Excellent. And how about you? What would be your
I am big on consistency. I think social media is like one of the biggest platforms.
tell us with your social media, what happened with that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the top 100 social media agents in New York for 3 years now, and I'm happy about that. I really
Wow.
want to just continue growing organically, and I feel like consistency is that thing. I started my social media the day I became a real estate agent. And so it's just been moving along from there, and I've been trying to create different kinds of content and things like that. But really, in terms of real estate, like having a mentor, I feel is really important to be able to really take you off. And then you want to be open to all different kinds of real estate so that you get that experience. A lot of people say start off with rentals and stuff like that. I say do it all so that you have that experience. You've done a rental, you've done a co-op, you've done a condo, you've done a single family, you've done multifamily.
You do investment properties as well?
I have.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I haven't done commercial real estate.
Okay.
But multifamily is like my
Yeah, that's
go-to.
great.
Yeah. And then you also, doing that just helps you figure out where your niche really is. Because what
Exactly.
you really love, what
what you
brings
wanna
you that
focus on, of
passion.
course,
Yeah,
of
co-ops are not
course.
my thing. but I do it. Like,
Right,
I
of
do it.
course.
I do what I need to for my clients. But it helps you to just get out there. You put yourself out there. You remain consistent. You stay in touch with people via social media, the easiest way. I literally am still friends with people from kindergarten.
Oh, that's great.
So-
Well, that's the best thing about social media.
Yeah.
Like you go with everybody goes their own way, and then
Yeah.
everybody comes
Yeah.
back together.
Exactly.
We're lucky that we have
exactly.
it. Yeah.
All of my deals have come from social media
Wow.
referrals, like all of it.
Excellent.
So
And
it's
referrals are the
important.
best
Yeah.
advertisement.
Yes.
It's like you put yourself out there. Social media is free advertisement,
Right.
and then you get referrals, and it's like the best compliment ever.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Exactly. people are more interested in your life than you think.
Oh yeah.
It's a little reality show.
I love to cook, so when I'm
true.
out there and I'm posting pictures of the food, they're like, oh my God, I need the recipe. I just posted this yogurt that I was eating for breakfast and I tagged the company, and she's like, oh my God. I'm like, well, I use it for this, this, and this. It's non-dairy. She goes, you have to give me the recipe. She's the owner of the company. I'm like, okay, I'll give you the recipe. I was like cracking up.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Really, really good. Yeah. And be real because I think just us as moms, like sharing, even putting our kids out there a little bit. I know sometimes
Right.
that's
Being vulnerable.
touchy.
Right.
Yeah.
Being a woman,
But
being
you have to
vulnerable,
be careful
exactly.
with it. But at the same time, that gets
Right.
a lot of feedback. Like
Right.
people really engage with my daughter, like just being able to see her and see her personality.
People want to relate. They want to be able to
Yeah.
relate
Exactly.
to others, other moms. Even if they're not a mom yet, they want to say, "Hey, look, they're doing such great things.
Exactly.
They're
An
at this
example.
sporting event or whatever it is."
Correct.
So it's
true.
nice.
You're less intimidating, and it's also like,
You're relatable.
relatable,
Yes.
especially. That's why this was such a great idea about talking about being a mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, ladies, so much
Thank
for
you
being
for having
here.
us.
Of
This was
course,
great.
This was fun.
Thank you.
Thank
You'll come back
you.
and let us know how things take off in the next.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Excellent.
All
Thank
right,
you.
good stuff.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.